You never saw such a crowd in all your life. The people were lined up for blocks and blocks trying to get in to see the new rodeo, which had come to the city just that day. Perhaps you wonder why they were so anxious to see this rodeo. Well, just look at the poster. There, right at the bottom, was the reason. They all wanted to see a little Indian boy who was supposed to be able to do magic tricks, and that's why his name was Magic Bo. Inside the arena, everybody was waiting, and suddenly there he was, riding in his magic canoe. But some of the people didn't believe in him. They said, imagine a 6-year-old boy able to do magic. And when he saw all the funny-looking people, he got frightened, for it was the first time he'd ever been in a city. But he really was a very brave little boy. And he said to himself, I'll show them. And he picked up a turtle out of his magic canoe and went... He had built a magic totem pole, and the people were astounded. But that was only the beginning. He went... And... But what on earth was that thing? Hiding behind the tree in the magic forest. It was a moose called Cowanishishinanamoose, and he was very, very vain. He thought the people were clapping for him, and he cried,
I can dance and I can prance. Everybody watch me dance.
What a terrible show-off he was. Magic Bo was disgusted. Something had to be done about it. And just then, Cowanishishinanamoose made a terrible mistake. He showed his bullseye. Oh, they thought Magic Bo was bad and cruel. But he was only fooling. He went... And the people were so happy, they all began to shout,
Yes, he is the cleverest, he is the cunningest, he is the aptest, he is the smartest, he is the bestest, brownest, bravest, Indian brave of all.
But Magic Bo was really only a little boy. And what he wanted most was to get out onto the streets and see the city, for he'd never been in a city before. What on earth were those things, he wondered, as he started off down the street. Sounded something like a moose. Or a goose. He was wondering whether they were dangerous, when all of a sudden he thought he heard somebody calling him.
Magic Bo! Magic Bo!
It was the candies, for these weren't ordinary candies. These candies could sing, and they sang,
Come on inside, come on inside, we don't mind being eaten.
and all the candies in the window kept singing,
We don't mind, we don't mind, we don't mind being eaten. Come on inside and take us out, for we like to be eaten.
and when he came out, Magic Bo was carrying a little lollipop called Louie. And Louie's friends in the window all sang.
Goodbye, Louie, goodbye.
And then Louie started to worry. He thought to himself,
I wonder if he knows. It's his first time in the city, and I wonder if he knows. Oh, we're coming to a light. We're coming to a corner. I don't mind being eaten, but I don't want to be killed. And the city is a dangerous place. Watch out! Watch the light! It's changing! It's changed! It's red! It's red! It's red! It's red! No, Magic Bo. It wasn't the car's fault. It was yours. You didn't watch out. I'm dead.
yes, said a lady who was watching him. You didn't watch the lights. What lights, said he. Up there, said she. Now it's red, said she. So I see, said he. And red means stay where you are, said she. You can't cross the street when it's red. Now what do you see? I see yellow, said he. And you can't cross the street when it's yellow, said she. Then how can I ever get over, said he. Just wait, said she. Now it's green, said he. And green means go. And then Magic Bo gave the kind lady a free ticket for the next performance of the rodeo at 3 o'clock that day. For me, said she. For you, said he. It's to thank you for teaching me how to be safe on the streets. And then he waited for the light to turn green. And when it changed, off he went across the street saying happily,
Now I know. Red means stop and green means go. Yes. Now I know. Red means stop and green means go. Now I know. Red means stop and green means... Oh!
Now who could that be? A little boy sitting all by himself on the steps. When he saw Magic Bo, he was very happy, and he jumped up and he said, Will you play with me? Okay, said Magic Bo. Then let's play hide and go seek. I'll run and hide. You count. And then Magic Bo started to count as fast as he could, lickety-split in Indian language because it's faster. Ek do teen chapanse sadat no das, 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 ek... Coming! Now, where could little lonesome boy be hiding? He wasn't down there. I couldn't see him over there. Where could he be? And then he got an idea. Maybe he's hiding behind that truck. And there stood a policeman called Mr. Law. And he was very cross. He said, You boys have done the worst thing ever. You are playing on the street. And you've got to learn to play in the playgrounds. And then he pointed to a wonderful place where everybody was playing and singing,
Time to play in the playground. Slides and swings and wonderful things. It's time to play in the
now you know, said Mr. Law. And Magic Bo was so grateful, he gave him a free ticket to the rodeo, and off he started with Lonesome Boy to play in the playground. But Magic Bo couldn't go. It was time to get back to the rodeo show. So he turned around and...
Hello. What are you?
I'm a penguin bird. Not a real one, though. A toy one. Come along with me, Magic Bo, and cheer up my master. He's very blue today. I mean green.
And there, sure enough, was a man with a long green face on the top and a troop of penguins on the bottom. And Magic Bo said,
Is there something the matter with these birds? Why are you so green?
You'd be green, too, if you had to look after these birds. They got any brains? No! They're only toy penguins, you see, so they don't know enough to stay on the sidewalks. Every time I turn my back, one of them goes wandering out between the cars onto the streets, and that's the end of them. Now listen, the very worst thing any boy or girl can do is to run out onto the street between parked cars. I don't really mind losing a silly old toy penguin, but to lose Magic Bo, that would be terrible. And Magic Bo was so grateful he gave him a free ticket for the rodeo show. Rodeo, 3 o'clock. But it's almost 3 o'clock now.
Oop, I forgot.
You forgot? Well, you've got to remember never to run on the street. Yes, remember never to run on the street. By this time, though, Magic Bo was back at the rodeo. And then he made 1, 2, 3 magic paintbrushes.
I want to tell you something. Today I almost got killed. I can do magic in the rodeo all right. But I can't do magic out on the city streets. Outside, I'm just like any other little boy or girl. And like them, I had to learn how to be safe on the streets. Because streets can be very, very dangerous. But now I know better, and that's why I made the magic paintbrushes. I'm going to paint magic pictures to show you what I've learned today.
And he started to sing.
Always, always, watch the lights, watch the lights. And if you ask me how I know, it's 'cause of a wonderful lady. And always, always, always play in the playground. And if you ask me how I know, it's 'cause of a wonderful policeman. And never, never run in the streets between the cars. And if you ask me how I know, it's 'cause of a wonderful, wonderful man with a long green face.
And the people were so happy that Magic Bo knew how to be safe on the streets that they shouted,
We love Magic Bo! We love Magic Bo!
But he was a very modest boy, and he said, Don't cheer for me. I want you to cheer for them. And everybody was so happy that they all started to shout,
Oh, he is the finest. He is the best. He is the bestest, brownest,